Welcome to SewVeryEasy. My name is Laura, and there are times when we're stitching, we want to see our thread, and that's when we need to use a heavy weight, such as 30 weight. Here we have this beautiful 30 weight thread from Mettler, and it's called Cordonnet. It is a thicker thread, and if you really want to see the difference, let's compare it to a 50 weight. This is a 50 weight thread, and this one is a 30 weight thread. You can really see the difference in that thickness. The difference is the weight. I do like to put a 50 weight thread in my bobbin, and I'm going to make sure that I have the right needle. Because this is very thick, I would not use your automatic needle threader, and I do not have my machine do the self-cutting. Not that it can't, I just prefer to do it on my own. For the samples that I have done, I have used a universal needle, and it is 116. That eye is nice and big in that needle to accommodate this heavier thread. Let me show you some of the stitching I did with this beautiful Mettler 30 weight Cordonnet thread. This stitch is just a straight stitch with the 50 weight. This is the same stitch with that 30 weight. This one is the back stitch with that 30 weight. This is our very basic zigzag. 50 weight, 30 weight. You can really see that difference in that thread. Here's the seam where I've just rolled that raw edge over and stitched. It has a nice finish. The buttonhole stitch is a really nice one to use with this thread. This is a heavy weight upholstery fabric. You can see how nice it's stitched through 3 layers. That buttonhole stitch would make a beautiful stitch for applique. 50 weight thread can also do a really nice tight zigzag if you're going to do a button stitch. This is the 50 weight thread, and here's the 30. You can see how nice and noticeable that buttonhole would be. This is one of my favorite stitches to quilt with. It is a serpentine stitch. You can really notice that. That will be beautiful on quilting. This is just a built-in initial on my machine and some built-in decorative stitches. What we have to keep in mind is we do not want a stitch that is very dense. For example, this little leaf stitch. The stitches are very, very tight, so you don't see all of the detail. So this is a stitch you would need to make a little bit bigger. That way we won't have as much buildup of the thread underneath, and it will be nice and smooth on the top. So anything that's very dense, even like this buttonhole, we just need to make it a little bit bigger. And we need to go a little bit slower on the machine. Of course, we're always going to test it out first. And if you like to do some hand stitching, this is definitely a wonderful thread to hand stitch. This was a lazy daisy stitch done with 1 thread and some French knots with just that 1 thread. And this cordonnet comes in 54 colors, so we're sure to find a color that we need to do that project when we really want to see our stitching. So a lot of stitches that the 50 weight thread, the 30 weight thread can do, and it means you're going to see them even more. And that's a lot of times what we want or we need, like a buttonhole, a top stitch, or something that is just going to be a little accent piece. We just need to have that larger needle in, slow the machine down, and maybe make those stitches a little bit bigger. Other than that, we're good to go. And a bonus is we can hand stitch with this. And that's all there is to a nice strong 30 weight thread. Thank you for joining me today on SewVeryEasy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I do have a newsletter. It's all free under SewVeryEasy. Thanks again for joining me. Bye for now.